dandelions are just starting to come out. It's been pretty dry. I'm sure they're getting some pollen out of the dandelions, but I'm not sure how much nectar because it's been so dry. I don't think that the flowers produce as much nectar when it's dry. These are my hives that I overwintered. You can see the bees have some pollen. These are my nucs. They're supposed to have Kona Queens in them. I was wondering why they didn't say Kona on them, but I guess that does say Kona. This one has the answer in it. Maybe I should turn it up so I won't like that. It's very badly stamped this year, apparently. So I'll take a look at these guys. Like I said, I probably have a bottom entrance, but I didn't tape it off, so the ants could still probably get in there. I'm just looking for eggs and larvae. I don't need to see the queen. This is their food frame. I'm going to scratch it open for them so it's more accessible. Now I expect to see some chilled brood in these nucs. It's been going down to near zero at night sometimes, and even though I insulated them somewhat, this one had syrup in it. They've cleaned it out. So I think it's going to have some chilled brood in it. This nuc I made actually 2 nucs out of 1 hive, so there's some baby bees. I don't see the queen, but she might be under the There's some dead bird. Not very much though. And I take the outside frame first. Because the mite strip pretty much empty. There's some dead drone bird. don't see any sign of ants in there, so that's good. I'm guessing the queen is on this frame, hopefully. I do not see her, but I see eggs. And there's some more dead brood on the bottom. Oh, there's the queen. So that one was successful. A little bit of a weak colony, but I made 2 nucs out of 1 hive because it was my strongest hive. So it's not unexpected. Not as much dead brood as I thought maybe it might have. So that is also good. But they should be doing pretty good in another couple of weeks. Dead brood. And see how you can tell it's not, this isn't foul brood because it actually has not really rotten larvae and stuff in it. It's not muddy, it's just dead brood on both sides. It's chilled brood, they call it. It got too cold and died before it could hatch. The problem with making your nucs the first week of May, and the nights get really cold. Here's the queen. Just put it back. Get her too disturbed. So these guys were really irritated last time when I actually released the queen, or took the queen cage out. They were really making a lot of racket, like they were queenless. She hadn't started laying yet, I guess. Some more dead brood. They'll eventually clean that up when they get strong enough. And then look, there's larvae in there. And baby bees. So bees have hatched. These light little fluffy bees are baby bees. So it's going to take them a while to become a decent hive again. I'm not into honey production. I mean, I'm trying to reestablish my apiary sold out last year out of those ones. But 2 successful queens there, so that's good. It's quite a bit stronger. I'm sure these are dead in here. But on this side there's some young bees. These are young bees. That's a young bee. Some of these might be dead, but there is larvae in there. So obviously this nuke is queen, right? Or they'd be making, well, there wouldn't be. They'd be making queen cells out of them, so I'm just gonna leave them alone. They're doing their job. They need room, it looks like. When they start building this up to the lid, usually means they're out of room. I have an extra frame here, so if they put too much syrup in the hive so she doesn't have room to lay, I can take a frame out and give them an empty one. So this is a good feed frame. I'm just trying to find the queen to show you. She's not on this frame. There's a few drones in this. There's some brood in there at the top. There's a drone there. There's definitely larvae in. Oh, there's the queen. Right there. Just going to the bottom of the frame. I'll see what's on this frame. See if she's got any room to lay there. Backfilling a syrup and a pollen on her. This is full of brood on one side. She might be out of room. Hard to say. They're making her supersedure cells, which is ridiculous. She definitely doesn't need superseding. But this frame is all full of brood. This was the quickest for a leased queen. So, I don't know, they're definitely backfilling on her. I could probably take that feed frame out, give her an empty one.